everyone, Gilman with Live Wealthy back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look at, as well as what the future for the stock could look like. So real quick, if you enjoyed these videos, hit that subscribe button. I try to do these videos on a daily basis. Like the video if you enjoy it and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are. So wasting no time, getting right into it, let's take a look at the one-day chart. I think this should be a relatively quicker video than usual because we don't have too much to look at, too much to talk about. The stock hasn't been really doing too much. It's been a little up, a little down, but no crazy moves or no clear sense of direction on what it wants to do. So let's take a look. So we had a little bit of a gap down to open the day, went back up to fill that gap really quick, and then it looked like, things were looking up for a little bit. But surely enough, we came back, broke the VWAP, played around with the VWAP, broke slightly above it, went down, came all the way back to VWAP, and then kind of continued this trend downward. So one thing that you could see is we were making lower lows throughout the course of the day, and then if we were to kind of zoom out a little, this is kind of where we broke that trend, and then we were kind of uptrending for a little bit. And then the close, I don't need to draw a line for us to see kind of what happened there. And we sold off pretty hard into the close in like the last 20 minutes. So when that happened, taking just a look at this first drop and then this second drop, right, those two steep drops in the day, what I ended up doing is I took a put position on. As you can see, it was just one position. I've told you guys I'm trading just very conservatively right now. I'm not really looking to put a lot of money in because there's just so much uncertainty. This is just a screenshot I just took 3 minutes ago, but got this order. This is the order when I bought the position, filled October 21st, 240, right? So if we go to this chart, this is 240 right here when it was right at VWAP. I looked to see that it broke it. As soon as it broke it, put that order in, and then I didn't want to hold anything overnight because, again, I don't know what the market's going to do because of the coronavirus stimulus being like the sort of one thing that everyone's looking out for, and obviously we don't know anything about that stimulus bill. So I sold it, as you can see, filled October 21st, 240, 355, sold it at 385, so quick $30. I think it was like 8 or 9% win. So nothing huge, right? But percentage-wise, 8 or 9% in 9 minutes. Taking advantage of, hey, we've sold off, whenever we've broken through VWAP, it's been a pretty steep fall twice before, right? 1, 2, kind of expecting the same to happen, that sell off into the close. So was able to take advantage of that. My two other positions that I have expiring this Friday, one of them I'm down about 30%, and then the other one I'm up about 25 or 27. So if it stays kind of sideways, I probably will even out or maybe profit a little bit if it heads towards 119. But if it goes above 117, which I think it probably will at some point, I'll be looking to get out of those trades, and I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes in terms of the final number. So the stimulus bill is kind of what's been driving the stock market up or down. If we see good news, we go up. If we see, hey, it's something I rejected, we go down. So there was a $500 billion GOP coronavirus bill that got declined. They needed, I think, 60 votes. They got 51. The Democrats didn't let that pass. They wanted something, that was more kind of everything included rather than like a small chunk. I've personally said, based on kind of what I'm seeing, that I don't think it's going to pass, but that being said, they do seem like they're working hard at it. So who knows, and that's sort of the reason why I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. And as you can see, there's not too much action going on within Apple. It's down. Taking a look at the daily chart, right? We drew this downtrending line yesterday, and for another day, if we take a look here, our high was 118.98. Our high today was 118.71, so we weren't able to meet yesterday's high. We are making lower highs now. We didn't make a lower low today, but we did continue to make a lower high. making it the 4th day in a row that we're doing that. The other thing that I kind of want to talk about is these long wicks at the end of the candles, which means that every time we go up, we're seeing a lot of selling pressure and people doing profit taking. So Apple was down about 60 cents today, which is 0.5%. Comparing that to the NASDAQ, it was down 0.28%. The Dow was down 98 points, which is 0.35%, and then the S&P was also down 0.2%. So relatively flat day, a little bit up, a little bit down. But I kind of want to point out the same thing in the Dow, right? Every time we kind of see a push up, the longer this end wick, basically this is the high point of the day, right at the end of the wicks, and then this is sort of where we started or ended the day, depending on whether it's a red day or a green day. If it's a red day, then the bottom is where we closed. If it's a green day, then the top is where we closed. So as we can see here, both times in the past 2 days that we've sort of gone up, there's been selling pressure and profit taking happening, and you know, the Apple chart is no different there. So just something to keep in mind, we are making lower highs every day, and there is a lot of profit taking every time we go up. That being said, that doesn't mean we don't make higher highs tomorrow, but just something to keep in mind, right? Like today, if we go, you know, taking a look at yesterday's chart, the high was 118.98. So if we look at today's chart, you know, this was something kind of to keep in mind, that hey, we're coming up against that 118.98. At that point, over the past 3 days, we haven't really broken, or we've made lower highs. So if you were in a position, maybe you want to lighten up that position at this point. But yeah, so we weren't able to break through that. Going back to the daily chart, let's take a look at some of the support levels we have, which come in right at the 20-day moving average comes in at 116.43, and then the 50-day is 117.37. So 116.43, 117.37. As we can see, the low for the day was 116.45, meaning the 20-day moving average did hold up nicely. And then taking a look at the EMAs, what we see is that 8 EMAs all the way up at 117.92. Personally, I'd love to see it capture that and sort of ride that. Hasn't happened every time we've sort of gone up there. There's been selling pressure, as we just talked about. The 21 EMA is at 116.97, which is kind of where we are now. We broke below it. We're up kind of after hours. That's, as you guys probably see, went from 116.97 to 117, and we'll continue to move around because after hours is just like that sometimes. And then the 34 EMA is, so the 21 EMA is where we are now. I think that that's, you know, generally good support, but yesterday we bounced off of the 34 EMA kind of, which was at 115.86, and our low yesterday was 115.63. Our low today was 116.45, so we didn't go down to the 34 EMA, but I think we do have that good support down there at the 34 EMA, which comes in at 115.92. So we've got good support down there, and then not only do we have good support at the 113 level, as we've talked about, you know, just as like a flat support, you know, going back to, you know, this line that we've drawn in. Let me get rid of the indicators real quick, right? It's held up as support previously going all the way back to September, but we also have this EMA, the 55 EMA at 113.20. So if we were to break through the 34 EMA, which is at 115.92 or 115s, the next stop could be 113 potentially, or 113.20 in this case. So that's sort of, you know, my view on the stock. I really would like to see it make higher highs one of these days on the daily chart, and not see that sell-off that we've been seeing. We don't know. The stimulus deadline was supposed to be yesterday. Now it looks like they're still talking. So I think it might go until the end of this week. So if you are taking any positions, you know, be super careful. I personally am taking a lot lighter positions than I would be on a typical day. And a lot of my positions were down today, but thankfully because I'm in like a lighter position load, I'm able to manage them a lot easier. And it's not that emotional, oh my God, I'm losing so much money type of scenario. So yeah, hope you guys are trying to stay green. It's a tough market out there, not doing a lot, and you know, we've seen some steep falls and slow climbs. So yeah, hope you guys are all staying green. Hope you guys are all having an amazing week so far. If you are enjoying these videos, drop a like down below, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your outlook on Apple is. With that, that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.